What the F? Come on! No, no, no! Gosh! No! Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for part 5 of my iRacing journey. I am still on the road to 2k iRating, and so far I've gained 300 iRating since I got out of rookies. But as you may have guessed, this week was tough. So let's see what happened to my iRating and my safety rating. And by the way, this shirt is from my newly launched website, raceful.com. So if you like the design, it is available for both men and women, and I will put the link in the description below. Another thing you may have noticed are 2 changes in my setup. The first one is this track racer seat, and the second one is this brand new PC from Alexander PCs. I am still testing it, but I have made full review videos for both of these products, so make sure that you check out the channel. And if you love sim racing as much as I do, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so you don't miss any uploads. Without further ado, let's take a look at the track for this week. This week's battleground is Virginia International Raceway's North Course, a 2.25 mile configuration that cuts out the full course's south bend, famous oak tree curve, and the back straight. The fun uphill turn 7, aptly named Uphill, leads into a series of fast curves that cut through the main layout. With the back straight removed, the only clear-cut passing opportunity is the front straight into turn 1, so getting a good run out of the last turn is critical. It's my first time at this track, so I need to put in a good amount of practice time. Track temps are also pretty hot, over 40 degrees Celsius, so throttle control is going to be as important as ever, especially in the M2 CSR. As always, I go into the series results and see what sort of lap times I'm going to be up against in my split. So taking a look at the average lap times, I'll probably be in the second split. This one is 14:38 strength of field. So the top guy is 132.5 and then 133, 134. Now I'm just curious to also see what the fastest guys are doing, and this guy, wow, is almost 10k iRating. Is doing 131.5. Wow, that is pretty fast. So I'm gonna aim at consistent 133s and I should be competitive enough. My goal in practice is to get to a point where I can do consistent 133s, although 132s would be nice. I'm in the 138s to start. That's 6 full seconds of the pace. But that's normal. I know I can chip away. I need to learn the line, figure out braking markers, and know how much of the track I can use that can gain me time. But I also know I can't practice inefficiently and waste time. This is where track guide videos and apps like Trophy AI help a lot. Trophy's coach analysis clearly showed me what I was doing wrong when compared to an expert's lap. After a few sessions, I'm getting more comfortable with the track and I'm beginning to figure out little things that I can do to help me gain time in several critical sections. First, turn 1. A little before the 3 board is my braking marker. Trouble is, sometimes I would make the corner and sometimes I would go way wide even if I was braking at the exact same spot. I couldn't achieve consistency here until I specifically focused on turning in just a tad later, ensuring my brake pressure wasn't too hard so as to not get into the ABS too much, and trail braking longer while hugging that inside curb. This corner, like many others, is much more technical than it looks. Finding a good braking marker for turn 7 was a struggle. Trophy AI's brake assist feature, which gives you a sound cue for when to brake, helped me a lot here. With no clear visual reference other than this subtle kink in the white painted line, I really don't know what else I could have used. The back section of the track is filled with so many small intricacies that gain me a lot of time. The tiniest of adjustments on how you take a curb or at what second you get on throttle affected my lap time so much. For example, the turn 9 complex. Taking more of this grey curb would make the car land at an ideal position of the track, and being patient on the throttle, not getting on it until the car completely settles into this compression, would rocket me out of it with no traction loss. This is a far cry from what I was doing before, and a lot of times it didn't end well. Another example is turn 11's inside curb. I would barely get on it before, causing wheel spin and for the car to push out wide, but I found that if I put my left tire in this exact spot every single time, that little dip where the green curb ends and meets the grey one naturally pulled me into the track and allowed me to go full throttle on exit with no wheel spin. And then there is the most important 2 corners on the track, turn 12 and 13. One of the most common tips sim racing coaches will give you is to use all of the track. I found out you really need to ride as much of this turn 12 curb to get the car as straight as possible to properly attack turn 13, grazing the inside curb and being patient on throttle until the car is planted. You get a ton of grip here, and if you're on throttle too early you'll wash out wide and it's faster to stay more on the inside. Putting all of these little improvements together, my pace steadily increased lap over lap. It wasn't until I was consistently staying in the 133s and nailing a few 132s as well that I was confident enough to sign up for that first race. One of those 132s was one of my fastest laps of the week, so let's take a look. Down the front straight, the M2 gets up to about 230 km per hour before I apply about 70% brake pressure right before the 3 board. The orange brake trace here means ABS is activated. I want to avoid that as much as possible. I stay towards the middle of the track before cutting inwards for a NASCAR bend, using all of the runoff on exit and braking as the runoff ends for the left hook. I'm taking as much curb as I can while staying in third gear for this turn and the next. Throttle control is crucial here. Too much and you'll compromise your exit down the short straight that follows. Then I need to prepare the braking marker for turn 7. I'm looking for the kink in the white line as I mentioned before. I take a late apex up the hill and wait until the car is over it to get to 100% throttle. I brake and turn in for turn 9 left just as the escape road ends on the right. On exit, I'm aiming to take some of that grey curb, but I take it at a bad angle and slide too much coming out of it. I brake for roller coaster just after the white line in the middle of the road. Hugging the inside curb, my sights are already set for the turn 11 divot in between the curbs. I use a lot of curb going into hog pen and get a decent run out of the final turn and set a 132.69. With my confidence high, it was time to get ready for that first race of the week. Alright guys, it's time to qualify for the first race this week. Let's see what we can do. Right, first lap. Ever since I began my iRacing journey, my qualifying performance has always been much stronger than my race. Being able to start consistently towards the front has definitely helped me avoid carnage in the midfield and beyond, and let's face it, it's usually crashing that contributes to those big iRating drops. I know qualifying is only half of the package, but I'm glad to have a strong base to work from already. I'm about to set one of my fastest laps of the week on lap 1 of qualifying, which is good enough to earn me P2 on the grid. We got one lap in. Wow, that was a good lap. Right, it looks like I'm second, I believe. Yeah, second one, the 33.4, definitely wasn't as good, but really happy with that first lap. The strength of field is 1.7k. I am currently 1.6, so hopefully if I can stay at the front end of the pack, I can gain some nice iRating. But let's see. Oh, you can see I'm already getting pretty stressed out. We can do this.
Green flag. The next car's the leader. Right side. Still there. 70 minutes behind. Clear on the right.
Of course, as usual, I am being too safe at the beginning, but at least we don't want to crash, so... I'm pretty happy with that first lap. I lost a position, but I'm pulling away from P4 behind. Oh gosh, it really messed up. I was wondering what that guy was. I need to really just focus on my race. Ah. That car behind really caught up to me. Ah, I never make a mistake in that turn. Oh gosh. Pressure is getting the best of me. P4 has a run on me now. I tried to defend the inside a bit, but I didn't do it convincingly enough and outbrake myself. Look at my brake pressure. I literally never use 100% here. I'm toast. The first race of the week is always the toughest and the pressure is affecting me more than usual. Still, I feel I have the pace to try to get P3 back. He's making some mistakes that I need to capitalize on. On the next lap, we've caught up to the leaders. But then... No, gosh, no. Oh my gosh. This guy is flashing his lights at me. I thought my rejoin was completely fine. He's definitely mad though. That guy is still flashing his lights at me. What's his problem? Hey! Oh my gosh, come on. It's crazy how fast a race can go from good or decent to absolute crap. I hold off P11 and I'm gaining on the cars ahead, but the race is almost over. Oh no, I'm gonna be losing iRating now. This sucks. A pack of 5 cars are having an intense battle on the last lap. I wish I had one more lap to see what could have happened.
There's the flag. It's over.
Alright, well, let's hope the next race is better. Alright, results are here. 36 iRating lost. At least we got some safety points, so it's something. Alright, second round of qualifying. Let's try to do as good as the first time. $1:33.6, definitely not as good as usual, but not too bad. Currently in third. If I had a lap as good as the one I had before, I would have been first. That would have been nice, but it's okay. We can do it. Oh gosh. What the F? Come on. Right, well, that's done. Done and dusted. Great. Love it. Somebody lost their bumper. I must have a bunch of damage too. Oh gosh. Alright, I'm a lap down on everybody, so this sucks.
Okay,
Hey, that's pretty good.
Go right. There's an incident ahead. Go right.
So this has become another practice session, and hoping that some other people may go off and maybe we can retrieve a few more places. This is very unlikely at this point since they're all a lap ahead, but hey, we'll do what we can. Alright, it's the race to forget. Come on. 60 iRating down. Well, we're under 1500, so that's not good for our goal to 2000 iRating. Oh my gosh, this was so bad. Well, some safety rating again, so that's better than nothing. I don't know if we're gonna be able to salvage anything, but we're gonna keep trying. I've been able to take a look at the replay, so let's see what happened exactly. So we're getting into turn 1 and we're going 3 wide right here, which is never a good idea into turn 1. That never ends well. So let's see on chase. I am super close to this guy already. I am playing it safe. I don't want to crash. I just want to survive at this point, so I let these guys go. And I think I'm good, but then this happens. This guy totally dives into me and hit me on the side. I am trying to stay on the track. I'm still good. I think I can still keep going. And then this happens. Ugh. I don't know, I think it was a racing incident, to be honest. I think the guy was turning a little bit into me maybe, but probably a 50-50 on this. Really just a lot of bad luck. All right, qualifying number 3. We have been very unlucky so far, so we're gonna hope that we're a little bit luckier moving forward. I put my lucky shirt. I'm just here for the SR, which at this point I pretty much am, because my iRating is going down only. But we'll see. I am not losing hope. I can still do this. All right, first lap.
33.751.
That wasn't too good again. Dang. Let's see where that puts us. 3rd. Number 1 is really far. 2nd off. 2nd place is pretty close. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try to just be clean, and hopefully we're a little bit luckier this time than on the other races. I should definitely be fighting for the podium places at least. All right, let's do it.
Green flag. Left side. Stay on the right. Clear on the left.
I really want that P3 back. The red car that took it from me at the start is making mistakes. I'm just going to drive smooth, stay in his mirrors, and see if I can force a bigger mistake from him. We've gapped P5 and the rest of the field behind, so at least the pressure is off of me for once. I will certainly not be catching P1, but let's see if I can get closer to at least P2. I'm getting a little bit closer to this guy. We'll see if he makes a mistake at some point. This gap between P1, P2, and me pretty much stays the same the rest of the race, and I finish in P3.
Alright, there's checkered flag. Good job. Very good job.
We did it. We finished third. Yes, finally I was able to finish where I started. I got passed as usual in the beginning, but I was able to pass him back, so pretty happy I can finally breathe, and hopefully that'll make up for some of the iRating that I lost in the past 2 races. Alright, let's see the results. Yes, 56 iRating, yes, and 0.57 safety rating, yes. Thing, of course, the strength of field was lower, so that also helps. But it feels good anyways. Alright, about to qualify for the 4th race. My times have been going from bad to worse for some reason. I started really strong and then been getting worse. I think I'm just too tense, too stressed out, unfortunately. But the track temperature is actually seems to be a lot cooler right now. 34.4. It has been about 42 pretty much the entire time until now, so hopefully that will make for quite faster lap time, but we'll see. First lap. Kind of messed up the last turn, but otherwise I think it was pretty good. So let's see. I set a 132.7 on my first lap, placing me on provisional pole. I'm about to screw up turn 1 on this second lap, so I'm not going to improve, but could my first lap be good enough for pole? I was listening to the top and I totally messed up my first turn, but that was a good lap, 32.7. I am first right now, but second is actually pretty close, 32.8, 32.9. So yeah, definitely the track temperature is helping. 38 right now. I think it's always higher in the race, which is probably why the lap times are not as good. Still a few people with that time, so trying to keep my heart rate under control. Being first is not gonna help because it's putting more pressure on me, but at the same time it should make things easier, hopefully avoid some of the potential crashes as long as I can get decent start. But actually I wanted to address the heart rate thing because on my other videos there were quite a few people that were like, this is not healthy, you shouldn't be that high in a race, it's not normal. Well, actually this heart rate that I get in the races, like the 140, 150, it is not my physical condition, it's all 100% stress, because when I am practicing I'm usually in the 110, 120, not that high, so everything above that is just the extra stress. And if I'm completely honest, of course I want to do good, but also the fact that I'm recording and knowing that, you know, people are gonna see the results, see what happens, that just put another kind of pressure on me, which is probably why I am so stressed out. But I am working on it, and hopefully over time it'll just get better and better. Right, it looks like we're still first, and yes, let's see what we can do. That's a great first lap for me. I started in first and stayed in first. This is my second pole ever and it feels good to be so consistent in my qualifying this week. P2 is keeping up, but he isn't close enough to pass into turn 1, right? Right?
Car right.
Oh come on, dive bomb.
Keep to the left. Clear on the right. Left side. Still there. Stay on the right. Clear.
That's frustrating. Looking back at it on the replay, that move was straight out of Max Verstappen's dive bomb playbook. But fair play to him, he made it work, even if hitting me on the side kinda helped him stop his momentum. I see P3 closing in down the front straight, but I'm not sure he's close enough for me to have to defend the inside. Will he do the same thing P1 did to me on lap 2? Oh gosh, why did they all freaking dive bomb me? P4 tries to take advantage of me and P2 fighting, but there is no way I'm letting him pass 2.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
Later this lap, he almost takes me out.
Car right. Clear on the right.
I'm mad, I literally just opened up the door for them. I thought they were further back, to be honest. I should have looked at the time. Just have to get more used to that.
8, 1, 2. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Now I set my sights on catching the leaders, but we're on very similar pace and they've got a decent sized head start already. Not making an impression on this guys, unfortunately. But that could be another podium, so we're gonna play it safe unless they make a mistake in front of me. I really need to learn to defend better. That could have been a win for sure, because I was having the same pace as these guys. So. Third place is better than nothing. So, so pretty happy with that. I'm pretty mad at myself. I really need to defend better. I don't race enough. I thought they were far enough behind me. Clearly they were closer and they could go for it. They could go for the open spot and I should have done that. I should have been looking really at the time how far behind they were. So yeah, and I guess I was still not too good at turn 1, not being able to keep the place, but still pretty happy. Definitely qualifying in first is helping to avoid any kind of drama. Okay, 54 iRating. Yes! We're back, or we're actually in the 1600s for the first time. And a lot of safety rating, actually, another 0.16, which I think my shirt has been helping me. I'm very hot right now and really sweaty, but pretty happy. Alright guys, the streak is still alive. Even after 2 disastrous races, I didn't give up and I was still able to land 2 podiums in the last 2 races. I actually gained iRating and earned a ton of safety points as well. Lap-to-lap consistency was one of my weaknesses before, but practice sessions have helped me alleviate that. So now it's all about getting more seat time, developing my racecraft, and especially making sure that I defend my positions better. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any of my future iRacing videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.